The courtroom buzzed with nervous anticipation, every eye glued to Pam Bondi as she stood calmly beside her table, unfazed. Her sharp gaze met the judge's, confidence radiating from her posture. She was used to this: scrutiny, whispers, doubt. But today felt different. Today something vital hung in the balance. Judge Marcus, known for his strictness and fiery temper, cleared his throat, silencing the room instantly. "Ms. Bondi, you are hereby fined $5,000 for contempt of court." His voice echoed harshly, cutting through the heavy silence. Pam felt a sting inside her chest, not because of the fine, but because this meant he hadn't understood her yet. Her mind raced. How could she make him see? "Your Honor," Pam said, voice steady, commanding attention, "with all due respect, the law is not simply black and white. It breathes, it adapts, it evolves. My client deserves fairness beyond the cold words of outdated statutes." Marcus narrowed his eyes, intrigued, yet cautious. "Proceed carefully, Ms. Bondi." Pam inhaled deeply, the room fading away, replaced by a fire within her soul. "Your Honor, justice is not just about punishment. It's about truth, understanding, and courage. It's about standing tall against oppression, even when no one else dares." Marcus leaned back slightly, masking his growing curiosity. "Elaborate." The courtroom held its collective breath. Pam stepped forward, every eye fixed on her every move, every word she was about to utter. "Consider Rosa Parks." Pam's voice softened, yet her words pierced through the silence. She too was fined for breaking rules that were unjust. At that moment, the system saw contempt. History saw bravery. Her courage reshaped society, and she became a beacon of justice. Marcus's expression shifted subtly, reflecting inner turmoil. She saw an opening, her heart pounding with hope. "Your Honor, my actions may seem contemptuous today, but in truth, they're born of the same courage that pushes us forward as a society. You and I, we bear the responsibility of recognizing that courage, even if it comes wrapped in conflict." Murmurs spread, tension rising like waves in the sea, swelling and pushing the room into deeper suspense. Marcus, known for unwavering decisions, hesitated for the first time in years, his fingers clenched and unclenched around his gavel. "The law," he began carefully, "exists for order, Ms. Bondi. Without it, chaos follows." "Agreed," Pam nodded, firm yet gentle. "But blind adherence without questioning is equally dangerous. Our greatest moments of justice were sparked by those who dared to question, to challenge." A sharp, impactful silence filled the air, forcing reflection upon everyone present. Marcus lowered his gaze, grappling with emotions he rarely allowed himself. His voice softer now, he spoke almost to himself. "I took an oath to uphold the law." "And I," Pam responded with equal intensity, "took an oath to uphold justice." A long pause. Tension surged, held captive by the unspoken thoughts of the judge. Then a sudden shift in Marcus's demeanor. His eyes lifted, clearer, sharper than before. He looked directly at Pam, respect flickering behind his stoic facade. "Perhaps, Ms. Bondi, your actions weren't contemptuous, but courageous." Gasps echoed, surprise rippling through the room. Pam's heart leapt. She had broken through. Marcus continued, his tone now firm, authoritative, yet deeply thoughtful. "I rescind the fine. Furthermore, your argument compels me to reconsider not just this case, but how we all view justice itself. Courage like yours must not be silenced by penalties. It must be heard, examined, understood." Relief surged through Pam, not just for herself, but for everyone she represented, for every voice silenced by fear or misunderstanding. The courtroom erupted in applause, emotions unleashed after minutes of intense suspense. Outside, under the glaring sun, Pam reflected deeply, gratitude and humility washing over her. Her assistant approached, eyes wide with admiration. "You did it, Pam. You've changed the course of this entire case, and maybe even the way justice is served in this city." Pam smiled softly, her gaze distant, thoughtful. "We all carry that power. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's standing tall despite it. If today taught us anything, it's that true justice is brave enough to question itself." Later that night, alone in the quiet glow of her office, Pam reviewed the day's events in her mind. The victory wasn't about overturning a fine, it was about sparking a deeper conversation. She knew the battle wasn't over, but she also knew something had profoundly shifted. Across town, Judge Marcus sat at his desk, immersed in deep reflection, staring at the scales of justice resting on his bookshelf. Pam's words echoed in his mind, refusing to fade. He realized, perhaps for the first time, the profound courage it took to confront the rigid structure he had spent his life upholding. He knew then, clearly and unquestionably, that Pam Bondi wasn't merely an intelligent lawyer. She was a visionary, driven by an unwavering belief in justice's true meaning. And so two hearts, one judge and one advocate, found a shared truth that day, that the law must breathe, evolve, and remain brave enough to question itself. This was the true meaning of justice, a lesson powerful enough to echo far beyond the confines of one courtroom, changing lives, reshaping perspectives, and inspiring countless others to stand bravely in pursuit of truth. If you were captivated by Pam Bondi's courageous battle for justice, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring and thought-provoking stories. Every subscription fuels our passion for bringing you powerful narratives that challenge perspectives and ignite meaningful conversations. We want to hear from you too. What would you have done in Pam Bondi's shoes? Share your thoughts and reactions in the comments below. Do you agree that true justice sometimes requires breaking the rules, or must the law be upheld at all costs? Your voice matters, and your opinion helps drive the dialogue forward. Let's create a community where courage and justice aren't just ideals, but actions we discuss openly and passionately. So go ahead, comment below now, and join this powerful conversation. Together, we can inspire change.